To that end, it gives me great pleasure to announce our next speaker. Jonathan Andrews is the founder of the 5 a.m. Hustle and an advocate for those suffering from a mental health challenge. He's on a mission to help eliminate this stigma and show Canada's youth how to find progression through depression. He's also has spoken at our AGM and is here tonight to share his story and experiences with Healthy Minds Canada. Please help me welcome Jonathan Andrews.
Thank you, Bev. First and foremost, I want to say to both the Healthy Minds Canada organization, all their leadership, and Jack.org and their leadership, I'm very excited about the merger, and I know that the future of the healthy minds of our youth is in good hands. So really appreciate that. And Eric, this is the first time that I've heard your story in person, and I want to tell you that I had shivers and tears when I was listening. So thank you for sharing. If anyone understands the current landscape of mental health in Canada, it's the individuals in this room. You all know better than anyone else that statistics say 1 in 5 youth in this country will suffer from mental illness. Today, millions of youth, our future leaders, are living stressed out, anxious lives, feeling completely uncertain about their future. These youth are killing themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jonathan Andrews, and that's why I'm here. I'm here because I've been there, and I've contemplated that, and I've walked in those shoes. In 2011, when I was in grade 10, I went through months of downward spiraling and trauma, and I was diagnosed with clinical depression. I lived with a negative self-image, a sense of hopelessness for my future. I isolated myself from my family because I felt like a burden to them. I experienced drastic changes in my mood and behavior, self-harm, substance abuse, and suicidal ideation. I was drowning in this pool of my own self-loathing. And I lived for 2 years, shrouded by this dark, heavy, relentless cloud of negativity. But it's clear, fortunately, that I lived with my family at the time, and they were there when I needed them the most, and they got me the help and the resources that I needed to overcome those circumstances. But it's also clear that, unfortunately, countless Canadians have not and did not get the resources and help that they needed. And that's a tragedy. And that tragedy is the reason that we're all in this room. It's why we're so passionate about what Katie and her team are doing here at Healthy Minds Canada, about what organizations like CAMH, the Canadian Mental Health Association, and Jack.org are doing. We're here because we align with their mission and their vision. I know, and I know that everybody in this room knows, that there's so much work that still needs to be done. But I also know that everybody in this room knows that they have a responsibility. They have a responsibility to our youth and Canadians to ensure that the next generation of leaders are left off better than we were, to make sure they get the support and the help that they needed. And I know that none of you take that responsibility lightly, which is why you're here. And that said, with all the work that needs to be done, I know without a shadow of a doubt, with conviction and certainty, that the organization of Healthy Minds, that Jack.org, the individuals in this room witnessing their conviction, their certainty, their work ethic, their dedication to this mission, this vision, I'm certain that Canada is in good hands under their leadership. I want to thank you all for having me. I want to thank you for your continued dedication to our youth. And I hope that I can play a small part in ensuring that that succession plan comes to fruition. Thank you for having me.
One more big round of applause for Jonathan, ladies and gentlemen.
Leo Stackos, well done. Thank you. And Jonathan Andrews, wow. I don't know if I imagine that there's some people who would join me in the room while watching him speak. His incredible story and drive and passion, determination and ambition, and I'm thinking, politics? He was that articulate and that good and that impassioned, and so great to have you part of the evening to help us all here tonight. So just a warning.